And welcome to the Ringside Heat instant reaction for AEW Dynamite, July the 9th, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lex Tan, host and producer of the show. Follow me at Lex Tan Media. Follow the show at Ringside_Heat. And of course, alongside me is the AEW expert of our panel, at Resin72 is where you can find him on social media. His name is Colin Dodge. He also has a Godzilla podcast that you can watch. It's called KanjiraCast, which is available on Apple and Spotify. Colin, go home show done in the books, and we're just about on our way towards Saturday.
I mean, it's got that great kind of like fight week feel. Yeah, fantastic home show. I don't know how much more can be done on Collision except maybe add a match or two, because we're still only sitting at 8 matches now. We've got some big matches that are probably going to take a while. The 3-way tag team match, for example, Swerve and Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. They're going to take their time with that, as they should. Okada and Omega, take all the time you want. Tony Storm and Monet, take all the time you want. Mox and Hangman, let's wrap it up. It's a death match. So, let's just, we'll see. We'll see how good it is. But, yeah, I was kind of expecting maybe a surprise return tonight with the main event of Dynamite. Maybe Darby Allin. Maybe Eddie Kingston, but I'm not sure how far along he is in his rehab. He keeps throwing up all his workout and rehab routines and all that kind of stuff on his Instagram and everything like that. So he's working towards his return. He is coming back. So I would love some kind of surprise Eddie Kingston return, either to help or hinder Moxley. I have no idea, but that's kind of that's my hope, is the Eddie Kingston return on Saturday for the surprise, and not Darby Allin. But
yeah, and that's what I was kind of thinking about all of this, is that there's gotta be a way. It's got to be either on Saturday at the main event at the main event in the championship match, or it's going to be like afterwards, and then like he goes off the air, kind of like the way Punk did it in WWE when appears gets the cheers, goes off the air, whatever like that, and then leaves it for Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would also like to see actually Eddie Kingston have a little bit more substantial a substantial action, I guess, in that sort of sense, in that match once for Saturday.
I think it'd be great if Mox retains and then the show closes with Kingston returning and they're just staring each other down. And you're not sure, and you're maybe not sure if Kingston's against or for Moxley just yet. But there's apparently he buried the hatchet with Bryan Danielson and also Claudio way back when, and all that kind of stuff before the injuries. So they should be cool, but enough time has passed. They can recant and rewrite any of that stuff. Doesn't matter.
Right.
We can change it. They weren't the Death Riders at that time, so lots changed too, right? So
now here's the question: with that scenario in mind, with Mox retaining and either Kingston or Darby Allin going to try to challenge for the World Championship and take it off of Moxley, where does that leave Adam Page? Because right, as I've said before on the main show earlier that aired earlier this afternoon on Saga 960 AM, which you can download and stream off of Spotify or your favorite podcatcher right now, and it's on YouTube. I actually got it up on YouTube today.
Oh my goodness, who are you? Yeah,
I know. Responsibility. I've said that this is probably the best that I've seen Adam Page as a character. Now, if he gets beat by Moxley, where does that leave Page?
Well, I'll say too first, this is right up to when he first won the title from Omega. That was brilliantly done. That whole storyline, I was completely all in on Adam Page with that. I thought that was fantastic. And then that final spot where he was going in for the kill on Omega, and both the Young Bucks are just like, yep, do it. And he did it, and that was the first time he was the champion. So this story with what him and Mox have been doing lately, to me, that's right up on par again. So this is, again, everything that they either didn't have enough time or speed ran at the very last second with him and Punk. They're doing it now. So it's working now. Where it would leave, I don't know. Honestly, I think it lines up where Paige is winning, and then I think also Ospreay and Swerve will lose and won't be allowed to challenge for the title for a year.
Oh, right. Yes.
Swerve and Ospreay are going to be the ones to dethrone the Hurt Syndicate for the tag team titles. So I think it's where things are lined up for there, because there's kind of these new tag teams forming all over the place. If the Patriarch are going to succeed with Christian and Nick Wayne being champs that everybody hates for a while, then you're going to need people to go after them, even if just for a little bit, because it's a three-way for the Hurt Syndicate and their tag titles. And what happened tonight, where the Jet Speed, it's a terrible name, Jet Speed and the Patriarchy kind of came together and put Hurt Syndicate on their back, and had a nice little beatdown on Shelton Benjamin too, right? So this is the first time Hurt Syndicate looked in trouble, even for just half a second, right? But so it's kind of being set up for the upset where they don't have to get pinned to lose those titles, and then they can just ride that for a while to get back in there. So and then maybe more imploding with MJF and that kind of thing. So there's lots of space and different things, different ways you could do it, but yeah, there's going to be tag team stuff, I think, for a while. So I think it's set up for Paige to lose. And the way it's spiderwebs with other things, it's set up for Paige to win the way it spiderwebs into other storylines for everybody else that tried to dethrone Moxley and haven't been able to yet.
This is the Ringside Heat AEW Dynamite Instant Reaction. We're doing an instant reaction because tonight is the go-home show, at least the main go-home show for AEW All-In Texas. Of course, there's AEW Collision, which is being filmed right now, as far as you've mentioned. Yes.
Yeah, it's getting taped, and we'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. And ROH, and they've got a pay-per-view on Friday, kind of like as the NXT to the AEW brand right now. And then we've got this coming Saturday, 3 p.m. AEW All-In Texas will have their main card going on. Main card, and of course will be on the air at 2:45 on all of our social media platforms over here. So follow along with us. We'll have we'll be talking, we'll be calling the action, and we'll take your comments. And if you'd like to come on to the stream as well and be with us on the stream, hey, you know what? I have no problem with that. If you want it, just request it. I'll get you all the link to the room, and we can go and react live in virtual face-to-face contact. So
it's going to be a wild show to predict, because I'm sorry, I forgot this is YouTube only. I'm waiting for you to throw a commercial. I'm just waiting. I'm like, wait, no, I can talk. This is kind of still a wild one to predict. There's the gauntlet matches for the men's and women's as well. The winner of that getting a future world championship opportunity.
And that's right. And Megan Bain was the one who won tonight's women's casino gauntlet match for the number 2 spots, defeating Ty Mello, Queen Aminata, and Tekla.
Yeah, that's right. Which was a fun match to watch as well.
Very.
Yeah, and like there's B story stuff happening too, especially like I was talking before on the show that you could have listened to live earlier today on Saga 960. And with Statlander kind of probably on the verge of joining the Death Riders and that kind of thing. So, I mean, the Death Riders are going to exist after Saturday, regardless of what happens. So I think Mox gets some well-deserved time off. I could see Tony Storm losing and getting some well-deserved time off. And, and really the gag now is just to see how many belts can Mercedes wear at once. We just need to see Statlander parade around her new title, and then see on screen Mercedes eyeballing that title. Because I love that tweet. That was so great. Get away from me. Yeah, it was so good.
Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned before earlier on the show, on the main show, I'm happy that Statlander is back, and she's healthy, and she's got a title around her waist right now that could be used very well in the story between her and Mercedes, because Statlander, I've always wanted to see more of her and what she could do on a big stage.
Yeah, and it's just finding the right kind of gimmicks. So I think she's honing in on it more to one that's the most comfortable kind of thing for her. It's just like, obviously, with Tony Storm and this whole timeless thing is absolutely perfect. Mercedes really getting into it, it was great. Her and Tony tonight, their own little talky talk. It wasn't as scathing as any of the ones before. I was watching the TSN feed because I was watching it live. My God, I watched a wrestling program live. Thank God it was only 2 hours and not 3 and 4 and 5. SmackDown's back to 2 now, right? It's been a week or so of that.
Yeah, it's back to 2 hours again,
Good.
but I hope they keep it at 2 hours, because Monday nights, personally, these as much as I can watch 3 hours of 3 hours and half, and part of it's going to be at the gym. At the same time, it's like at 3 hours. I like 3 hour wrestling shows when I'm actually in the arena.
Yeah, it's just impossible for me to watch any of it live. Even the 2 hour ones live are tricky. I need to fast forward sometimes, and it's just but anyway, so Tony and Mercedes pretty much came down to Tony saying, "You deserve every belt in the world, but not this one," which is a great line. And now she got the upper hand and got the final punch and sent Mercedes fleeing from the ring.
Which means she's losing.
Exactly. Oh my God, there's so many names. Hangman Adam Page and the gang that came out at the end, they got the upper hand, and Swerve also got the upper hand on the Young Bucks because he destroyed their limousine.
That's right.
Wasn't with a cannonball.
Austin versus McMahon. Yeah.
Wasn't with a cannonball. But
right. Yes.
It was still a piece of construction machinery. But yeah, and that was fine. I mean, it's at least it wasn't a golf cart. Is all I'm saying. So sorry, that was real bad. But yeah, so the good guys were getting the upper hand. I'm just trying to see anywhere else. Cole and Fletcher for the TNT Championship. Honestly, I think somebody like Brody King needs that TNT Championship or something like that. Bouncing between two faction people. And because who knows when Buddy Matthews is coming back, because I know his rehab is taking longer than expected, as he explained on Instagram. I think Brody King would be better for that, but he needs a challenger. Like, have Brody King and Powerhouse Hobbs go on a nice little rivalry for a while. Something like that. But Cole and Fletcher, two heavy faction people. I don't know, bouncing the TNT Championship between them both. Something's got to be done. I think Kyle Fletcher's losing a little bit of steam, and not to his fault. I think there's really no one for him to chase. But again, this is a big pay-per-view this weekend, so it should open more things up. Because I don't know. See Adam Cole, Kyle Fletcher, Ricochet, even get oh my God, the names. I'm losing all the names. Konosuke Takeshita. Yeah. Thank you.
Takeshita. Yeah, it is.
It was amalgamation of both his names all interlapping.
That's right. Yeah.
Overlapping each other. I almost said Takosne. That's not right.
There's supposed to be. I was reading something over here. They combine another couple of names as well with Takeshita's name to make to make one of those tag team names.
Yeah, it was Proto Shida or something.
That's the one, Proto Shida.
It's like, don't throw because then I just think of Hikaru Shida, and I know that's a D and not a T, but yeah, it's too close. All these names are too close. You can't start combining names. You can't create Benefers in AEW. Okay, we're not gonna. I refuse. Absolutely refuse. But anyway, the point being, TNT Championship is becoming a forgotten belt.
Mm-hmm.
So at least to me, I forgot. Oh right, who has it? It's kind of like who has the world title? I know it's not Jey Uso anymore. So it's just that kind of thing. It's just becomes languished. It's just, oh, who's got it? Okay.
Oh yeah, exactly. And it's and again, it's the same thing that kind of happens with like when in WWE when they forget about the tag titles for a while or something like that, or the Intercontinental Championship goes on the goes in the background while the United States Championship is being spun around by some by a rhyming rapper. So
yeah, exactly. But another exciting thing with big pay-per-views like this, whether it's WrestleMania or SummerSlam or like one of the big four, it leads, big things are happening at the pay-per-view, but it opens up new things. So I hope there's an absolute debut and heavy focus of a debut of the women's tag team titles, some kind of just announcement for like an icebreaker between two incredible matches or something like that. Like, oh, we're going to debut this is the new tournament, because AEW is doing great with their tournaments, right? So I hope the big focus right after All-In is the women's tag titles, and they do a nice tournament for it, because the women's division, everybody's got a buddy right now, so they're all gearing up for the tag titles. So. Because what is it? Julia Hart's got Sky Blue, and
Ty and Ty Mello and Anna Jay.
Anna Jay, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, Thunder Rosa too.
Thunder Rosa too. Yeah.
Yeah. You can put those together.
And then of course Megan Bain and I've forgotten her name now. Oh my goodness, there's so many names. It's a whole new roster I've been learning. It's crazy. But anyway, there's a lot of news, so that I think that has to be right around the corner as well. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of matches. Match of the night's probably going to be Omega and Okada.
Oh, for sure.
Because if this is going to be their last, then they're going to absolutely kill each other. So, and why not?
Exactly. And do you think we're going to see any run-ins or anything like that, or interferences by anybody on Okada's camp or Omega's camp?
I think, well, because Okada's kind of in the Don Callis family now.
Right. Oh, yes.
Which I'm like, it's too many people. It's Don Callis family's getting very NWO, Wolfpack, and Black and White, and OG, and New Blood, and whatever, Old Guard, and
right,
Brother, and all those ones. So yeah. Don Callis family getting out of control. I could see it to where it doesn't get further than the rampway, So like Ibushi comes out and takes care of, I don't know, Lance Archer or something. Who knows? There's too many people. Or Trent Beretta's in there. Rocky Romero's joined up in there too. Josh Alexander's in the Don Callis family. It's like, why? So yeah, there's way too many not important people in that thing, and there's just it's too crowded.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that Tony Khan is like giving them giving them hope for a payday. So
yeah, so I mean, get on the card, do a run-in, sure, get a pay-per-view check. I have no problems with that, but. Yeah, but I mean, Takeshita's getting lost in the shuffle of the Don Callis family now, which is a shame, right? And so this is why he's teamed up. They put him with Kyle Fletcher now, kind of. So Adam Cole's probably going to win.
Okay. I mean, like,
because they named the tag team, so I think Adam Cole's probably going to win.
Yeah,
it's kind of clues, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, as far as anything, I mean, Adam Cole. Again, he's one of those guys I think would actually would benefit from having a title run right now. I think he
needs a title.
Yeah, exactly. He needs it. It's not like it would be nice to have for him to have. He needs the title right now.
Yeah, he's better having the title than chasing it. Yeah, so he's one of those. I don't know. Get Roderick and Kyle, the other Kyle. Kyle O'Reilly.
That's his name, yes.
Get them in the tag team hunt or something like that. Because the other two are gone. So they're not under contract with AEW anymore. So they might be, I don't think they're even on Ring of Honor anymore. So I think they're
Any any other thoughts before we wrap things up here?
Jeez, I don't know. It's just all right, you know what? I'm just going to go down the card. Tony's going to lose. And Moxley's going to lose. Omega wins. Gauntlet match? I don't know. And I actually don't want to try to figure out and pick a winner because it's actually the ones that are in there already that have been decided. And I think that's everybody, unless there's a couple more. I think there's one more woman's, I think, for Collision, I think.
Yes, there's going to be that. But Mark Briscoe, MJF, Bandito, Brody King, Mystico, and Ricochet are the announced entrants so far.
Yeah, like all of those guys can win, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun, too. So, Swerve and Ospreay are going to lose. Adam Cole wins. He needs it. Kyle survives the loss better than Adam Cole.
I think so too. Yeah.
Because what else has Paragon got right now? Nothing. So
that's true.
And I would love Patriarchy to win the tag titles.
Yes.
And make it the absolute upset. Hurt Syndicate have nothing to do with the decision, and make it highway robbery, because what better heel pair than to do a highway robbery win of titles than those two?
Who jobs, Kevin Knight or Speedball?
Kevin Knight, I think, arrived a week or two later than Speedball, so Kevin Knight. It's the last in, last out kind of thing, you know?
I mean, personal favorite. I mean, like, if there's anybody who I don't want to see eat the pin tonight or on Saturday, it'd probably be Speedball, because I mean, Canadian bias and everything, but he's just awesome. So
so I mean, like, you know, Tony's my favorite. Always loved Mox, even back when he was getting wasted as Dean Ambrose and that stupid germaphobe thing before he left. Ooh, that was bad.
Yeah,
I always liked Mox better than Seth. Seth was always my least favorite. But him and Tony, who more doesn't deserve a time off? I know that's broken English, but who doesn't deserve time off more than those two, right? So, and I mean, and a belt collection thing, if she's not collecting belts, what is she there for? So, and the way they've set up Paige, like, the way the story is, if he doesn't win, he's suicidal, and so that's not a fun story.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And it's and it would really break his momentum, like what he's built so far. It would be just like, okay, what now? What? Like you couldn't get it on the biggest stage. And yes, that's something that Mercedes and Tony were talking about earlier too. But for Adam Page, even more, it's like you've built your character this much right now. If it doesn't capitalize on it, then then that would be that would be, I think, it would be detrimental to his career. He may not make it to WWE, but then, like, if it doesn't happen against Jon Moxley here at AEW, then when? I don't think it's going to happen anyway. So if not.
And then in terms of Swerve, Ospreay, and the Young Bucks, you need bad guys at the top. Even if they're put on their back for a while, you need bad guys at the top with power. Otherwise, what else? They're just whiny idiots. And who better for Omega to defend his new unified championship with than versus in nice programs with Strickland and Ospreay? And how do you not make that, would make that belt so much importance right there? If you have Omega and Ospreay and Strickland killing each other for that belt, so they can't challenge for the world championship, doesn't mean they can't challenge for other ones,
right?
So, or make them a tag team, right? So I think it's more interesting with Swerve and Ospreay, and then that way you're not so top heavy with challenges for the world title, because then you don't want 6-week title runs. Or no, Usos wasn't even that long, was it? Because we don't want somebody else to get it, and then Sting comes back to challenge for it.
Oh boy!
Although I'd love to watch Sting again and not Goldberg. So.
Yes. You know what? I will say this. I will say this. Goldberg versus Gunther did not make me want to watch Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the time slots are not going to conflict with each other or anything like that. But still, it's not like I want to go and tune in at that point. We'll be recording at that point, by that time of the night anyway, or we will probably be finished recording by the time that Goldberg and Gunther go for it. So So for those of you who would like to come and tune in and watch and be with us on the live stream, again, 2:45 Saturday afternoon on
Eastern.
That's right. Eastern time, 2:45 Eastern time. We're gonna go through the entire card starting at 3 o'clock, and when everything wraps up, probably around 7 o'clock, maybe probably around 7 o'clock, because that would be what that would be 1 o'clock. That would be 1 o'clock British time or something like that. Anyway,
yeah.
But
yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna get Peter roped in for this one.
yeah, it's true. But either way, if the pay-per-view will end around 7 o'clock, then we're gonna be recording a episode 191 for air on Wednesday.
The review.
Exactly, of AEW All-In Texas, and it'll be Colin and myself. We'll be joining you, so watch out for us. Follow us at ringside_heat. Follow me at Lextan Media. Follow Colin at Risen72 and his Godzilla podcast at KanjiraCast. And we'll talk to you on Saturday, Ringside Heat. We remember the things that you probably forgot.